And one of the first days we came back to where we were staying, and we saw Aaron O'Toole and a bunch of the liberal media saying that we completely defaced the statue, that the convoyers were destroying it. They said that people were peeing on it, so we came out here the next day and there was nothing. What had happened was they put a Canadian flag on him, a Mandate Freedom sign, a Canadian hat, and a flag in his hand. And we've had people from downtown Ottawa come up absolutely livid. They come and look at the statue and they're like, wait a second, what's wrong with it? There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, Alexa for Rebel News, and today I'm gonna talk about what happened with the Terry Fox statue. So recently, some protesters have put a Canadian flag on Terry Fox statue and a cap, and as well a board writing some freedom speech on it. But recently, not only the mainstream media, but Aaron O'Toole and Brad West, that is actually the mayor where Terry Fox come from, have went out to say that it was disgraceful, an inappropriate move, and that should be like removed straight away, as it was the worst thing that the people have did so far. So I'm gonna ask some people about if they find it really disturbing to have done that to the statue, and what do you think about Terry Fox, and as well I have some people who saw a little bit of the event, man. So let's check it out. Recently, the mainstream media have discredited the movement because some people put a flag and a board on Terry Fox. Do you find that insulting to put like a freedom board on Terry Fox with a Canadian flag?
I personally don't find that offensive at all. I mean, it's just it's freedom. It's a Canadian flag. You know, how is that? Does that not seem neutral? Should freedom be controversial? You know, so how is freedom controversial saying that on Terry Fox when he was free to run across the country? You know, and we all rally behind that. I mean, how many of us run every year because of Terry Fox? So that's great. So shouldn't we all be free and Terry Fox statue? I'm okay with that.
So can you explain to me what happened exactly with the Terry statue the other day?
Yeah, me and my wife, we've been here every day for the past 4 days. We traveled out with Convoy West, and one of the first days we came back to where we were staying, and we saw Aaron O'Toole and a bunch of the liberal media saying that we completely defaced the statue, that the convoyers were destroying it. They said that people were peeing on it, so we came out here the next day and there was nothing. What had happened was they put a Canadian flag on him, a Mandate Freedom sign, a Canadian hat, and a flag in his hand. And we've had people from downtown Ottawa come up absolutely livid. They come and look at the statue and they're like, wait a second, what's wrong with it? There's nothing wrong with it. So me and my wife created this sign that just says, we love you, Terry, and we're just trying to push back against the fake news, against the fake media. People have been, there's probably been about 2,000 people who've come and taken pictures of this. My wife walked 10 blocks and picked up some flowers to set there. There's a video of me just cleaning off the statue. There was nothing dirty on it, but I just gave it a little bit of a polish. And I've just been absolutely blown away and been sickened by how fake the news has been towards this convoy. And realistically, they have absolutely nothing to throw on us.
I don't find it offensive that they did that to Terry Fox. This is Canada. He was and still is a part of Canada. I support the Terry Fox Foundation with the Terry Fox runs, with educating my children. When that happens, we talked about Terry Fox all the time. They are suggesting with what they put on it to mandate freedom and to support Canada. So I'm not offended by the fact that they did that to the Terry Fox statue. I was just at the Terry Fox statue, and there is a bouquet of flowers at the Terry Fox statue, and I'm sure the people that did that feel suitably chagrined by it. If they should, but I'm sure that they do. So I'm not offended.
I don't really know if I have an opinion on that. I don't really know. It doesn't bother me, but I'm not his brother, so I don't know if I have an opinion. I just have other opinions. I have opinions like everything's clean here. It's not what Trudeau's saying. It's not what the mainstream media is saying. Everybody's peaceful. The police are very happy with us and we with them.
I think that if they were to leave it alone, would have probably been better, but it wasn't really offensive. There's been more offensive things done to it that I've seen pictures of that the media isn't covering. Mainstream media, excuse me. You guys are doing a great job.
Well, I find it entirely typical of what we've come to see from Trudeau and the mainstream media in this country. It's just about their narrative. They'll take any subject matter and twist it around to suit their desires. It has nothing to do with the facts. They care nothing for the truth. They care nothing for the Canadian people. Last year we witnessed a series of protests across the country, in this country and the world basically, where all kinds of statues were torn down, decapitated, paint thrown on them. Where was the outrage? There was none. Oh, those that tried to make outrage were vilified as evil, horrible, white supremacists. It's ridiculous. This is the Canadian people. We used to call these people the salt of the earth. What happened to that? What happened to that? Where are we? Let's come together. These truckers are uniting the country in a way that I've never seen. It's incredible. The love, the support, everything here is powerful. And I hope that you will see. You come down here with your own eyes and see what's happening in Ottawa. These truckers aren't going anywhere. Trudeau's regime is over, and we're waiting for him to realize it.
If you look at the rallies that have happened in the past 2 years, there's been police cars burning, there's been churches burning, police have been assaulted, and they have nothing, no dirt to throw on this rally. And it's been 4 days of hardworking blue-collar Canadians coming out, representing Canada well. And me and my wife are so proud to still be here day after day, and we're going to be here as long as it takes. We're going to be here with these truckers for as long as it takes.
So do you think that it's someone who tried to discredit the movement by doing that?
Absolutely. Even the person with the Nazi flag, we have not seen a single Nazi flag in this whole grounds, and we've been here for 4 days, and I really believe that they're planting people. People are walking up. That photo you see of the Nazi flag, two things. It was taken with a long-angled lens, and we don't know when it was actually taken. It may not have even been here. Yesterday, I watched a video of these convoyers, these protesters, forcing out somebody who had a completely covered face mask, and he had a Confederate flag. And the protesters, on their own, forced him out of the rally. These protesters are not racist. They're not pushing any religion or any other things than freedom. These people, I've seen people from all different backgrounds, all different faiths, religions, ethnicities coming together under one thing that is rallying together, and they want their freedoms back. They want the right to choose for their children. They want to be able to watch their kids play sports. They want to be allowed in the hospitals when their wives are giving birth. They want to be there when grandma dies in her hospital bed. And it's unreal.
So now you can see the other side of the story of what happened to the statue of Terry Fox. And so I hope you enjoy it. We are covering everything that is about the Freedom Convoy that is happening in Ottawa, but all across Canada. We have all our crew on this event. And so if you want to help us out with our travel expense and all our coverage, please go over convoyreport.com. In this website, you can sign the petition as well, and we'll look at all our video about this Freedom Convoy.